Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of ancient weather manipulation. From appeasing the gods to summoning storms, people have tried to control the weather for millennia. You might think, weather control? That's the stuff of fantasy and science fiction. But hold on to your hats, folks, because you won't believe some of these strange and intriguing practices our ancestors employed to try and bend the skies to their will. We'll separate fact from fiction and uncover the surprising science behind some of these practices. Get ready to have your worldview cosmically expanded. The ancient Greeks viewed the weather as the domain of the gods, with mighty Zeus holding the most sway. To appease Zeus, they offered sacrifices at his temples. Bulls and goats were common offerings for favorable weather. Their survival depended on pleasing the gods. Fast forward a few thousand years, and we find ourselves in a world where technology has taken center stage. But even with all our scientific advancements, we still haven't fully mastered the art of weather control. However, we're getting closer. Take China, for example. Today they're at the forefront of modern weather modification with their ambitious cloud seeding program. Cloud seeding involves the use of aircraft or rockets to disperse silver iodide into the clouds. The silver iodide acts as condensation nuclei, encouraging the formation of raindrops. China uses cloud seeding for various purposes, from mitigating droughts to clearing the skies for important events. Let's journey to North America, where Native American tribes have long held a deep and spiritual connection to the natural world. For many tribes, rain dances were powerful ceremonies intended to influence the spirits and bring about much-needed rain. These dances were elaborate affairs, involving intricate steps, rhythmic chanting, and vibrant costumes. They believed that through these dances, they could communicate their need for rain to the spirits, who would, in turn, answer their prayers. Chapter 4. Vikings and Weather Witches, Myths of the Mystic North. From North America we sail to the land of the Vikings, fierce warriors and skilled seafarers. The sea was a fickle mistress, even for the brave Vikings. Enter the Cirruses. Believed to control the weather, picture a Viking longship in a fierce storm, waves crashing, wind howling, sailors fearing for their lives. A cirrus emerges, she chants and the storm subsides. Chapter 5. Rainmakers and explosions. Can you really bomb the clouds? In the 19th century, rainmakers claimed they could conjure rain using explosives. They believed shock waves from explosions could shake rain from the clouds. Imagine a drought-stricken town, desperate for rain. A rainmaker arrives with dynamite, sets it up, and boom! Did it rain sometimes? But probably not because of the explosives. Chapter 6. The Incan Empire and Mountaintop Offerings to the Sky. Let's trek to South America, to the heart of the Andes Mountains, where the Incas built an empire that touched the clouds. The Incas believed that the weather was a gift from the gods, and they offered sacrifices to ensure a bountiful harvest and ward off natural disasters. Imagine priests in colorful robes leading a procession of people up a steep mountain path, their destination a sacred temple perched on the summit. They carried offerings of food, cloth, and even animals, all meticulously arranged to appease the gods. Let's travel back in time to the land of pharaohs, pyramids, and the mighty Nile River. For the ancient Egyptians, the Nile was the lifeblood of their civilization. Each year they eagerly awaited the annual flood, which deposited fertile silt on the banks, ensuring a bountiful harvest. But the flood was unpredictable. If it was too low, drought would follow. Too high, and it could bring devastating floods. The Egyptians developed elaborate rituals and ceremonies to try and influence the Nile's flow. One such ritual involved sacred dances, performed by priests and priestesses with great reverence and precision. Chapter 8. Weather Shamans, the Mystical Practices of the Sami People. Let's venture north to the icy landscapes of Lapland, home to the Sami people, an indigenous group who've lived in harmony with nature for centuries. The Sami shamans, known as no-idis, were believed to possess the ability to communicate with spirits, heal the sick, and influence the weather. Imagine a no-ID, dressed in ceremonial garb, standing beneath the aurora borealis, beating a sacred drum as he enters a trance. Chapter 9: The Roman Empire, when emperors claimed power over the storm. Let's march back to the time of togas, gladiators, and an empire that stretched from the British Isles to the Middle East, ancient Rome. Roman emperors often claimed credit for favourable weather, or blamed their enemies for meteorological misfortunes. They consulted with astrologers and oracles, seeking guidance on how to appease the gods and ensure good weather for their military campaigns and public events. Imagine a Roman emperor standing on the steps of the Forum, addressing a crowd of thousands as thunder rumbles in the distance. Chapter 10: From ancient practices to the climate change, our future with the weather. From ancient rituals to modern science, we've seen how humanity has attempted to control the weather for millennia. Today, as we face the growing threat of climate change, understanding the weather and our impact on it is more critical than ever. We may not be sacrificing animals to appease the rain gods, but we are grappling with the consequences of our actions on a global scale. The ancient practices we've explored serve as a reminder of our enduring relationship with the natural world. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about these weird and wonderful weather manipulation practices, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating facts. Remember, the universe is full of wonders, and we're just beginning to scratch the surface. So keep exploring, keep asking questions, and most importantly, never stop learning. Until next time, keep your minds curious and your eyes on the skies.